All right, the Page of Cups. Man, this page has been coming up everywhere. I think it was in the last like 3 or 4 reads I've done. Page of Cups is an innocence. It's like a childlike, it's an emotional time. So if you're single, this definitely tells me that you're seeing things kind of not with rose-colored glasses by any means, but kind of like seeing things, I always say with like child eyes, with innocent eyes, because again, it's a seeing things anew, seeing things like a child would. It's unassuming, it's unjudgmental, it's pretending like you've never been here, you've never done that before. So for some of you, it may just be wiping the slate clean. Hey, I'm gonna get out there and date. Hey, I'm gonna meet new people, but this is all a new beginning. I'm not gonna let past hurts, past bullshit, past whatever inflict any wounds in this. I need to come at this like with a clean slate and no judgment. Just get out there and maybe meet people and, you know, almost like you've never dated before. The next card you have is your current position coming into the month, and that makes sense. So the Five of Swords is a fear of victory. It's a defeat, a feeling of defeat. So that definitely tells me at some point you have gone through a cycle of dating and feeling like people are just not organic, they're very disingenuous, and the Five of Swords says, hey, Taurus, even though you feel this way, you're willing to this month kind of let that shit go. This is, you know, seeing somebody or meeting a couple people who tell you exactly what they think you want to hear, and then their actions show something completely different. Like you met a man or a woman and they were like, oh, you know, we should date exclusively, and then you find out they're like on 10 other websites and you're like, no, this is crap, not happening. Or, you know, they told you, oh, like I'm gonna get off, you know, I'm going to get out of the dating meetup group or whatever it is. Whatever it is, they were manipulative, they were dishonest, untrustworthy, and you're just kind of like, okay, you know, shame on, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame. I said that wrong. Fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So this is almost you coming in the month going, okay, now I see the signs, now I know what I need to do, now I know if somebody's being honest with me or not, and so let's start over here. New people, new time, new attitude. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month, and that makes sense. You're guarding your heart. You have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a miserly energy. It's a frugality. It's not wanting to release anything to anybody. And that, I mean, why would you? If people have not been very good or have not been very forthcoming, and you feel like it's almost like an everybody's out to get me, but I don't feel like that's it, or that's really what you're feeling. But at the same time, it's almost like you're going to keep a wall up with everybody just in case. And then if somebody seems genuine, then you'll look at it like this. Well, I'm not going to allow my past hurts or my past issues with people destroy a possibility of finding somebody amazing. I'm just not going to be unguarded when I do this. The next card you have is your distant past, or the past 5-10 years. Could be, you know, throughout your childhood. You have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. It's about a partnership, but it's often considered the like the cheating card or a third person type card here. So for a lot of you, there was a third person involved in a relationship. Now, this is a singles read, so this isn't somebody you're wanting to get back together with. This is just, you've noticed that people seem to be, you know, maybe the universe is saying, you know, trust your gut here, because at some point there may have been a third party situation you were involved in. It's almost like, Taurus, you guys know how to read the signs. You know when something is not legitimate, but you don't, but you go along with it. Not that you've like let this kind of stuff happen, you know what I mean, but more like you knew the signs were there. And it doesn't even have to be cheating. It could just be people who were not honest with you. Maybe you dealt with parents who, you know, there was cheating or divorce or infidelity, adultery, etc. But the other flip side of the Three of Pentacles is it's about teamwork, it's about satisfaction. So I feel like there's two things here. Taurus, you've dealt with some sort of third-party situation in your life, whether it was you personally that dealt with it or family. But then at the same time, I feel like you witnessed some sort of teamwork, camaraderie around it. Maybe like people coming towards you, or, you know, your parents getting through things, or, you know, like a single parent carrying on after being in some sort of situation. So it just makes me feel like you've dealt with a lot, but at the same time, you believe in teamwork. You believe in accomplishing things in a partnership. So you haven't given up on people, interaction, and, you know, connection. The next card you have is your immediate past. So over the past 2 weeks, past month or two, you have the Six of Swords. So you've left situations behind. That makes sense. Again, I feel like this fear of victory is involved. The Six of Swords is abandonment. It's retreat. It's leaving. Now, it's also travel. So you could have traveled somewhere or just gotten back from somewhere. Because I see somebody unpacking their bags. But the Six of Swords, regardless, is telling me you got 5, 6. So you had somebody who treated you like crap. You were dating somebody. Again, this isn't a big commitment because this is no way reconciliation energy at all. This is somebody I think you were dating and you just got tired of their shit, or they just call you and it was convenient for you. And it could be a couple people, because I feel like some of you are like, well, yeah, Dark Dove, that was like 3 people. I was talking to 3 different people. None of them could commit. None of them could, like form any sort of exclusivity or even just trustworthy situation. And so I left all that shit behind. Again, clean slate coming, but I'm leaving all the crap behind. I'm gone. Bye. See you later. I'm not dealing with the swords in my back. Bye. The next card you have is your distant future. So the next month or two, and you have the moon. The moon is Pisces card, so you just have to be careful here. Pisces, I love you guys, but the moon can be kind of shady. The moon is fear. It's fear about something. It's an illusional fear. So it's something that you don't know if you should be scared of or not. It's you not being able to see things clearly. I always use the same example with this card. It's like you're in the woods on a path, and there's a moon, and you can only see the sliver of a moon. So there's only so much light on the ground. And about, 20 feet, 30 feet in front of you, there's a giant object. And you're like, is that a bear that could eat my feet? Or is that a rock I can just walk around? And so I feel like over the next month or two, you may be in and out of that energy where you're willing to give things a chance. You believe in starting a new fresh slate, a new meeting people. You really want to meet people. Taurus are very good in connecting with other people. So you want to keep connections alive, but you're going to be watching out for this type of thing. You're going to be watching out for the unknown. I feel like it feels like you're going to be kind of second guessing yourself, or you think somebody's really cool and you really like them, but then you're in your head going, well, I don't know, because I've been screwed before, because I remember this situation. So just be very careful and remember this. Harness that energy, I'm not going to let past energies interfere. Now, again, it's easier said than done because it always does weigh in our mind. Now, this makes sense. Your next card, which is throughout the month of March, is the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands is groundbreaking, but it's goals, planning, looking forward. Now, the Three of Wands, which comes after this, is doing that with somebody else. It's a teamwork, so to speak, kind of like this. But right now, you've got the Two of Wands. So your main goal this month feels like taking care of you. Your main goal this month feels like, I'm going to figure out what I want in life. Okay, where do I want to go? And then if somebody eventually wants to come along for the ride, or they know where they're going, and they're an organic energy, and they're looking for similar things and no BS and no drama, then great. But right now, let's focus on where Taurus is going and what Taurus wants. The next card you have is anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. Could last for an hour. Could last for a day. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is creativity. It's sensuality. It's passion, enthusiasm. So something's going to spark. I think you're going to meet somebody that kind of builds this up. Now, this is a motherly type energy as well. So some of you could be pregnant, could be getting pregnant. Maybe somebody around you is getting pregnant. It may just mean that you're going to meet somebody that potentially is somebody you could see yourself having kids with in the near future. But I feel like this is more of an energy that comes in, a person that comes into your life that you feel like all of a sudden you feel enthusiastic about hanging out with somebody else. Right now you may be kind of like, I don't know, we'll see. But this person's going to present some sort of energy where you feel a little secure in that bubble. I know that sounds weird, but you're going to be like, because you are keeping a bubble. You're not letting people in, like, again, because there's this fear of the unknown. But the Ace of Wands is saying you're going to let somebody in a little bit because there is something that makes you feel really good when you're around them. The next card you have is how you feel throughout the month. Again, could be the beginning, middle, end. Now you have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is about balance. It's about priorities. It's about change. So your main goal here is getting balanced. It's this innocence. Your main goal is, okay, when I meet people and I date them, I'm going to put in what they put in. So I'm going to put my time and energy into it as much as they do. I'm going to be attentive as much as they are. But before, it feels like Taurus, you would pour energy into it, or you would, hey, you want to hang out tonight? And you just didn't get that same attentiveness back. And so this is you saying, I will give what I get. I'm not going to run out and try and push people to give me the time and attention I deserve. If they want to get to know me, they will show me, and in turn I will reciprocate. It's a balancing act. The next card you have is your hopes and fears for the outcome. Now, the King of Wands is a hope. This is a magnetism. This is you hoping that you meet somebody who has a high moral standard, who has a high value, who treats you and puts you on a pedestal the same as you would. You just want somebody to take care of and love as much as they would take care and love you. You want, again, the balance. You want the 50-50. You want the compromise. You want the relationship that both parties are in, both parties are enthusiastic about, and both parties want to put their time and attention into. The next card you have is your outcome for the month, and you have Justice. Well, that's interesting. Somebody's getting married. Because Justice card is Libra's card, so you could be dealing with a Libra, but it also represents marriage. Now, Justice is also cause and effect. What you do, you know, gets you whatever, you know, action you take will have a reaction. So it's also just saying be careful because, you know, if you go out and you know, treat people a certain way, that's how you're going to get back. And I'm not saying that you're going out treating people badly. It's just, if you're going out withholding and kind of like, oh, you know, I got to be really careful because I'm worried about the shoe not dropping because I don't know what's coming for the future, you know, people can't get enthusiastic about that. They want to know that you want certain things too, or that you want to progress going forward. So just be careful with that. But the Justice card overall says, hey, if you let somebody know that you put energy into them, if they put energy into you, you know, you'll get the outcome that you're interested in. Again, like I said, marriage. And then you have this Kid card here too. Now, your clarifying card is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune has unplanned changes and destiny coming in. So this is something you don't plan for. This is something you can't control. This is literally a big change coming. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't I just talk about that? The Wheel of Fortune is a big change coming in. Something that is going to be, I feel, amazing. It's going to be a complete 180 from your situation now. You're going to, like, if you have been alone for a long time, or if you've been meeting crappy people, this is like the complete opposite is coming in. This is, and I love this because the Wheel of Fortune, again, is a destiny card. And there you have marriage, and here you have possibility of children. So whatever you've been wanting, whatever you've been thinking about, all of this bullshit aside, I think is coming in. And the reason I said, oh, we were just talking about this, is when I explained this card, I said, the Two of Wands is here, and it's you looking forward. It's you making goals. It's you planning. But if you have the Three of Wands, it's three people planning, similar to this. So it's interesting that I said that because I felt this energy of you connecting with somebody, but not quite there. And then all of a sudden you meet them and they come in. So the Three of Wands clarifies your distant future, which is, okay, yeah, you're unsure of the unknown. You're not sure what's going on there, but at the same time, you're going to be going through it with somebody else. You're going to be traveling that road that you're unclear of what the future holds, or you're going to be traveling that road not sure if it's a bear or the rock, but either way, I feel like you're going to be doing it with somebody. So you have that, which is somebody by your side to kind of travel, even if it's a bumpy road, even if it's a rocky road, even if it's a road less traveled. It feels like you'll have somebody by your side to get through those lumps together, if that makes sense. So, all right, Taurus.